Hey there, creepy peeps. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome back. If you are returning, today is a movie review, this time for After Midnight. So After Midnight is directed by Jeremy Gardner and Christian Stella, the former of which, Jeremy Gardner, also wrote the film and stars in the film. The film follows Gardner playing Hank, who is juggling heartbreak after his girlfriend suddenly leaves him, and a monster who comes to his house every night trying to get in through the front door. So After Midnight falls under the mumble gore classification. So mumble gore is a horror-based derivative of mumblecore, which is a subgenre of indie filmmaking, which is characterized by naturalistic acting, sometimes improvised, low-budget film production, and emphasis on dialogue over plot, and a focus on the personal relationships of people in their 20s and 30s. So if you've been on this channel for a while, you might have noticed some movie posters popping up that are technically mumblegore films that I've talked about at length and I really like. So I guess by association, I like the mumblegore subgenre. I have to say though, in terms of After Midnight, I'm not fully convinced that the storyline of like Hank and his girlfriend having left him and the monster that visits every night fully gelled. I get that the monster can be seen as a metaphor for many things. Hank's grief, his bitterness over his girlfriend leaving him, and the monster returns every night just like Hank's memories of Abby return to him every single day, wondering where it went wrong and so on and so forth. I just felt like they were two completely separate events until the end, and by the end I mean the very end. That aside though, I really did enjoy the performances. The chemistry between Gardner and Brea Grant, I probably butchered it either way, who plays Abby, is palpable. They could pass for a real life couple in love like easily. The dialogue was also really great. Gardner, who I said wrote the film, did a really good job with that if it wasn't improvised, which I couldn't find any info as to whether it was or not. It was almost like it just felt so realistic, I guess besides the monster part, but everything just felt so realistic that it felt like this story would have happened anyway and somebody just happened to be there holding a camera and recording, if that makes sense. As this is a monster movie, we have to talk about the monster. It looked really good for the short amount of time that you get to see it. I will say though, if you're looking for like a full-on monster movie that's going to give you some sort of like origin story as to where the monster came from, what its motivations are, don't come to this movie for that. The monster's main purpose, at least in my opinion and my interpretation of the movie, is meant to be metaphorical, like first and foremost. So you never learn where the monster came from or anything like that. I don't think you're supposed to. It's supposed to, like I said, just be like more symbolic than anything, even though it is a real monster. But the movie is set in Florida though, so that could be all the answer you need on the subject, honestly. So we got a whole bunch of weird, inexplicable shit here in terms of like wildlife, so it being set in Florida is really all I need. But the monster is practically done with what looks like very sparingly used CGI to kind of enhance certain parts, which I think is the best use of CGI most of the time, especially in terms of a monster. So I think it looked really good. Overall, it's not my favorite mumblegore movie that I've ever seen, but it is certainly unique and well done. If you're a fan of this kind of movie, I would highly suggest checking it out. So I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5. On IMDb, it has a 5.2 out of 10. On Rotten Tomatoes, it has an 83% critic score and a 44% audience score. And on Letterboxd, it has a 3.2 out of 5. Clearly, this is just one of those movies, like you either like this type of movie or you don't. And I think that is evident in the ratings of this. So I've mentioned it a few times, so if you like this kind of movie, I would definitely suggest checking it out. If you don't like this kind of movie, chances are you're probably not gonna like it. I'm just gonna say that. Really quick, I want to thank my creepy patron peeps for their support of my channel. Thank you guys so much. If you want to find out the perks to being a creepy patron peep yourself, you can follow that link in the description. And if you're lurking and haven't subscribed yet, you should, and become a creepy peep today. I post videos Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay strange. Bye.